Okay, so let's just start. As I said before, I didn't tell you before, I used to work for the Center of Linguistic Competencies last semester as a coordinator of English. And the center is a place that you would go for tutoring or any type of assistance. And the center develops workshops, professors develop workshops for students to improve their language skills, either in Spanish and in English. So I hope my goal is that this workshop enhances the content of the class and prepares everyone to do well in the course. Gretchen has her hand raised. Yes, Gretchen?
Hi, and just to let you know that I'm the new coordinator.
Uh, that this semester Gretchen is going to
Of the centro.
is performing as a coordinator of the center, and
Mhm.
we work together, professors and the coordinator, in order to enhance the language competencies and skills. Okay, so as I see how many people we have logged in, 38. Okay, so I have titled the presentation Critical Thinking Strategies for Reading and Writing in English. And since you are my students, you know that that's one of the objectives of the course that we are taking. So let's just move on to the next slide where we have different educational objectives. So when I was designing the presentation, the first goal that I wanted it to convey was that all of the people present today understand what it means critical thinking in reading and in writing, that we can also recognize the importance of critical thinking in the academic context, to learn specific strategies that we are going to use for reading comprehension, then that you can also identify key strategies for reading and writing critically, and that then later you can apply these strategies to analyze text to improve writing in English. As you have known before, in order to convey critical thinking, we need to have a clear conceptualization of the term itself. As you remember in classes, I have used this image, and some of you knew that I discussed the image, and it presents a human having to force him or herself to work parts of their mind. Yes? Nonetheless, I want you to have a basic definition of critical thinking by the an academic dictionary from Cambridge Dictionary Online. And the term in itself, critical thinking, it's defined as a concept that refers to the process of thinking carefully about a subject or idea without allowing our feelings or position arguments to affect us. So, in that sense, it's requiring us to understand any type of argument, regardless of our human emotions. Any questions up until now? Any question?
No.
Okay. Nonetheless, since I want you to move into a more academic environment, I also wanted to provide you to a definition according to the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. And for the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, the term critical thinking refers to an educational goal. And in the case of the university, critical thinking is integrated in the Spanish and English classes with the goal, the educational goal of preparing students autonomy. And we have talked about that in class. And why it's so important to have students autonomy? because that will help them to prepare them to succeed, not only in their life, but also to participate in society. And how are we going to participate in society? As active citizens. And we have talked in class about the importance of voting, about knowing how to exercise our citizenship, and how general studies courses need to foster skills, critical thinking skills that are going to help you to develop your own autonomy in thinking. And that is going to lead you to skills that are going to prepare you for life, but also are going to prepare you as active citizens of society. Any questions up until now? Any question? No one. Any comment? No one has a comment. Okay. So then we're going to be moving on. So then we need to think, once we understand the term of critical thinking, we need to understand the importance of critical thinking. And obviously, we know that we are in the academia, yeah? So in academia, it's important to develop effective communication. So for example, in our classes, we're gonna see that we are moving to a more academic language. But I want all students to be able to develop effective communication in writing as well as in their conversations. These critical thinking skills are going to help you to succeed in academia, in all your classes. Why? Because it is important in developing well-structured and thoughtful arguments, and to develop skills in questioning, analyzing evidence, and synthesizing information from different sources. And this is one of the processes that we are trying to accomplish at different levels in all our classes. Now I'm going to move you to a slide where I like to explain to you how I view the stages to develop critical thinking in the classroom. So for example, what we have been doing, we're fostering reading, but integrated for writing. So we do English reading and writing intertwined at the same time. What is the goal? To foster analysis. And what is analysis? Is examining a text or visual into different parts and elements. Obviously, this is something that we need to move ourselves to always do, and it's going to lead us to new comprehension. But the process in which we are going to conduct the analysis requires us to develop questions and then develop accurate inferences. And we have been practicing in classes how students use analysis to develop accurate inferences. This new comprehension is going to lead us to achieve a high level of critical thinking that is going to lead us to questioning any position of any text and the analysis proposed. Nonetheless, we are not yet at this point. This is more my aspiration of what we would like to achieve in the undergraduate classes. So this is kind of how do I like to present to you the process that we are engaging in, okay? Any question up until now? No one, no comment, nothing. Okay.
Nope.
So, yes, Gabriel,
Oh, no, no, I was just saying that. No, no, I don't have questions or comments.
do you have a comment?
No, no, no.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's just identify what is the role of critical thinking in reading. Okay, so I was trying to present situations where you can see yourself. So our wish is that students as readers must strive to develop active engagement while reading. And we were talking in class that this has a lot to do with motivation. Nonetheless, we need to move to have an active engagement with the readings that we're conducting in class. In order to have active reading, you always, in order to lead to new comprehension, this is going to require questioning and analyzing the text instead of passively gathering information. And what do I mean here? Many of you have been exposed to the concept of Paulo Freire, ¿verdad? That he promotes an education that leads to freedom. And that freedom is going to lead to the autonomy of everyone's mind and action. But then what happens? That if we only see education as a passive activity, like what Freire calls banking education, then the comprehension does not lead us to retain the information, and it's just for the grade. So then what happens? We need to move and force ourselves to have an engagement with the reading. It's not about if you like it or not. It's not about how do I feel, but it's about what is the text really trying to push me to question and think about. So then one should always ask, what is the educational value of the reading? And this is not only for English, this is for any type of class that you are having to read a text, okay? So students should also evaluate the credibility of sources and the biases. And I want you to understand that here the term biases of the sources in presenting the author's purpose refers to the type of prejudice that those type of authors might have in presenting the arguments. So that also is kind of like a high level skill, okay? That I would like to strive to students to move into that level. Up until now, a question or someone that can make a comment of how we have been fostering this type of critical thinking process in the class. No one, not even a person. Marla, haven't we started doing that in classes?
I guess by reading, we have read a lot in terms of news articles, seeing the validity of those news articles, and that has also been fostering our note-taking skills and fostering our ability to think critically.
And make connections. Yes, thank you so much for participating. But
Con
how am I
permiso,
make? Yes, Sammy.
profesora,
Yes.
esta presentación, ¿tú la vas a llegar a enviar?
English, Samir,
Oh,
English.
are you gonna send this presentation?
Samir, right now, I need to have a copy of the presentation that I'm not the one that is recording, but maybe the center can give me a copy that later I can make available to the students. But actually, right now, I would like you to take notes and to be engaged
I
with
am.
what I'm
I'm taking
presenting.
notes.
Okay.
All
No
right, awesome.
no pictures, please, of the presentation. No pictures. I want you to actively engage with the materials. But I can ask to see if I can then later share it with you. Okay, that would be a good suggestion. But
All right,
anyone
thank you.
else about the process of how we're fostering critical thinking in reading during class?
Maybe with the 5 Ws and the H.
And we're gonna, Olivia, thank you. We're gonna also apply it then later with an exercise that we're gonna do in order to guide ourselves to lead to comprehension, okay? One, we need to also understand that you guys are in first year. So this is a new process that is gonna also, hopefully, you're gonna integrate the process of critical thinking always in reading as well as in writing. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna move to the next slide. You tell me if I'm going too fast. Is the pace okay?
Yeah, the pace is okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So then I wanted to introduce you to the key strategies in reading. And we have discussed this in class a little bit. I wanted to show you that this is the New York State Public Library. So if you go to New York City, this is the library room from Bryant Street. So I hope that one day all of you can go to that marvelous building and that reading room. So what we have discussed in class, that we always have to consider what the title communicates about the essay. Essential that we try to always learn something about the author or essay writers. Always, at least who that person is. That we need to identify and determine the purpose of the writing piece. We also need to determine the audience for whom it was written. Okay, and we have discussed that, and that's going to be part of what we are going to do. Then part of the key strategies is, and we're moving into that in class, identify the thesis statement or main ideas of the essay. And sometimes it's a little bit difficult to do that, but we're going to keep practicing that. We're also going to locate the supportive evidence. So which are the arguments, the main idea, and what is the supportive evidence, and then what is the conclusion? Like you guys were saying before, that I'm always telling you to write notes, even in the margins of the text as you read, okay? And always, 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 we need to discuss the value of the piece read and its relationship with your life and the life of others. And I wanted to show you also an image of many books. Yes. And I wanted to tell you a story. My daughter's friends, sometimes when they come to my house they always said, "Oh, why is it that your mom has so many books?" Because we professors love our library. So I would like to communicate to you the love also to have your own books, okay? And then to have them as part of your personal library. Now we're going to move to the role of critical thinking in writing. That critical, if we do the process while we are reading, then in writing, it's going to be evidence because it's going to provide clarity of thought that is going to be seen in the writing. And you're going to be able to present strong arguments that evidence analysis and the evaluation of the different perspectives. And we are moving to do that in our classes. What are the strategies for critical thinking in writing? That we need to present a concise argument or thesis statement, that the ideas need to organize logically. Remember that I say, what are you going to say in the introduction? How are you going to support that? How is the introduction, how is the conclusion different from the introduction? So the writing is going to be organized logically, that we're going to have evidences, editing, and reviewing of the text. So I want you to look at writing as a writing process. And in that writing process, you have first a draft, then you have a work in progress, and then after the work in progress, then you have your final writing. And then that we can always include peer review. So I'm always going to ask you, students always should go to their professors for peer review. That they can also come to the Center of Linguistic Competencies, but also know that the tutors are students, also are graduate students. The English tutors are graduate students. So use the professor's office hours to review the process of drafting your papers with the strong arguments, and that there's always coherence, that there's always a train of thought when we are writing. Any questions up until now? No? So then I can continue. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do an activity. So we're going to put together the, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna put together the information that I just gave you. So I'd like you to look, I'm gonna open the essay. Let's see if it opens. Can you see it? Can you see the essay? No?
Yeah, I can see it.
Can you see it? Okay, let me,
But you mean
I'm gonna post on the chat. I'm gonna post on the chat. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm trying to open. It's just that it went into another window for me, so I cannot see you guys. Okay, hold on, hold on. I was able to come back. I was able to come back. Don't worry. I was able to come back.
I found out that if the students click on the link, they are able to open it on their own computers. I was able to do it.
I'm trying to put it on the chat.
Click it. It works.
Okay, were you able to open it? Yes
Yep.
or no?
Just by pressing it.
Let me, let
Yeah.
me send you. Tell me that you receive on the chat the article. Oh, that's another one.
Yeah,
Not
I
the
got it.
one. That's another one. Hold on. This
All
one
right.
is about emotional fitness. Oh, the one that I wanted to do is this one. That's another one that we can discuss them later in class. Okay, can you see it here? What teens are doing on social media? Yes
You
or
mean
no?
on the slides?
Uh-huh. No.
No,
On
no.
the
On the chat?
no, I'm trying to present to you the article.
Yeah, no, I can't see it.
No?
No, it's stuck on the slide where it says to read the essay with the topic of the
Okay,
essay
so
and
hold on.
the link. All right.
Okay, hold on. Edit copy. Hold on. Edit copy. No. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can post it here. Okay. Oh, it's kidding me. Okay, let's try to open the article all together. Hold on. Can you open it all together? The article, what teens are doing on social media. Can you all open the article? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, I the article.
Okay,
I
what
click
we're
on the
gonna
link
do,
and-
this is what we're gonna do, and the title, look at the title. What teens are doing on social media. Author, Dr. Barton Goldsmith from Psychology Today online. Okay. And then right away, everyone has the 5 W's and an H, yes? I have it in the next slide. Let me just give it to you. Oh God, I'm sorry. Everyone has the 5 W's and an H handout.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Can you open it together? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the article. Okay, my idea is that we can all read at least one sentence and that we are going to take notes in order to fill in the form. Can we all understand the instructions?
Yeah.
Did everyone understand? Let me know, please. Yes or no?
Yes.
I
Yes.
understood.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So now I'm going to go to the article. My idea is to be able to show it to you. Can you see it now from my window or no?
No, it's back at the essay slide.
Isael, can you help me show it?
Maybe. Oh, if I can share.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank
uh,
you. I don't know why I wasn't
alright.
sharing because I was also having the same. So what we're going to do, the first thing that we need to do to prompt critical thinking that I just mentioned in reading.
Question what the title means.
Thank you, Samir. Thank you. So look at the title. Can someone read it? What teens are doing on?
Social
Social
media.
media.
So it's talking about you guys, about your population. So then what happens? So we need to know what is the article telling us about what teens are doing on social media. Okay. I want everyone to participate by reading at least one sentence. Okay. Can we agree on that? So I can have the participation of all the students that are present.
Yep.
I have 51 people. I'm
Sure.
really happy. Thank you so much. Okay, so who's going to start? So these are the rules. One is going to start and the other one continues. Okay, so at least everyone participates one time. At the same time, you should have open the handout of the 5 W's and an H. Everyone has it at the same time open on your computer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me know, please. Let me know. Only Samir.
I got it.
Okay, who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Let me know, please. Okay, so I need a volunteer to start. Remember
I'll do it.
tone and projection of the voice, okay? So we can start with
All right.
Samir. Thank you.
Where do I start in the key points?
No, here. We have the title, and then we have a,
Big question remains about negative emotional and psychological impacts.
okay, so then what happens? If we question already what the title is gonna tell us about the content, look what is being communicated right away. That we need to develop what? To know about the big questions about negative emotional and psychological impact of what? Of social media, social media in teens, okay? Thank you. Now we're gonna move to the key points. The first key point, another reader, please.
In today's digital age, social media has become an integral part of the lives of teenagers.
Mm-hmm. Can you agree on that?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Thank you.
what's it
Thank
called? It's very important for teenagers these days to use
Uh-huh.
social media, especially because it helps with like school, but
Mm-hmm.
as good as it can be as bad. So yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna put so those are key points of the article. So the article is written in such a way that is telling you some of the key points. Thank you, Gabriel. Who's next?
Social
Me.
media has become an essential part of teenagers' life, and while it has benefits, it also has drawbacks.
Okay, thank you, Sacha. So then that we need to pay attention to the benefits as well as the Sacha.
As the drawbacks.
Yes, thank you. Another reader, please.
The study found that more. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. The study found that more than half of teenagers will find it hard to give up social media.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Angela. So then what happens? We all agree with that, yes? But those are the key points of the article. Thank you. Now we're gonna start reading the article. Isael, can you scroll a little bit down? Okay. Okay. Since this is the first paragraph, I'm gonna need at least three new readers.
I can read.
Thank you.
In today's digital age, social media has become an integral part of the lives of teenagers.
Another reader. Thank you, Marla.
By giving them new opportunities to share their thoughts and opinions and stay connected with friends and family, social media platforms have made communication easier than ever before.
Mm-hmm. Carielis, thanks. Another one.
I can read.
Mm-hmm.
But this easy access to the digital world may also carry some risk, and concerns have grown about possible negative impacts on young people's mental health.
Okay, perfect. Let's just now look at the 5 Ws and an H. Let's scroll up. We know we are gonna write the title. Yes, everyone writing the title. Isael, a little bit, please. And then we're gonna write the author. Yes. Yes. And now we're gonna also start writing the what. Okay. Someone can volunteer to tell me a little bit about the what up until now that we have read the introduction. Anyone? Please, 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 please. Are we writing? Answer to me on the chat, please.
I think
Yeah.
the what is answered in the title, like what are teens doing on social media? Well,
No,
it's not
no, hold
answered, but
on,
it's more
hold
so the
on,
question.
hold on, Gabriel, Gabriel.
All right.
Okay, the title is not the what. The article, we need to say the article title, what teams are doing on social media. Then we need to do a verb in active voice. Scroll down a little bit. Communicates. What does it communicate? What does it communicate? That social
Thoughts and
media
opinions.
has become an integral part of teenagers. For what? For communication, but
But it can also be like it can come at a high
that it
risk.
that it that it also carries some risk and concern about
Drawbacks.
the possible negative impact on youth mental health. Here we have the thesis of the article, okay? Everyone understand? Everyone is following me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now we're gonna scroll down. Now we're gonna scroll down. Thank you. Okay. Now I need at least 3 more readers that have not participated yet. 3 more readers, please. Please. Okay, so then let me look at the people that are logged in and I'm going to call you on, okay? Aimeli? Aimeli? Okay, it seems that Aimeli is not. Alondra?
It's me. It has come to the point where governmental bodies are considering ways to step in, which is causing shockwaves on many levels.
Thank you. And this is alarming, okay? Because then if we allow the government to regulate social media access, then we need to ask, how are they going to do that? Yeah. Another reader, Andrea? Andrea?
Here, most therapists will agree that the pull of social media to want to try to live up to others' standards can be quite damaging to some teens, especially teenage girls.
Okay, so pay attention to this. Thank you, Andrea. Angela?
According to recent
No. I often hear here.
I often hear parents voicing these worries.
Which are the worries? Which are the worries? Now, everyone, which are the worries? Which are the worries? What are the standards that are imposed by social media that are forcing students or young people to live by those standards? Gloria. Daniela.
I don't understand the question.
What are the standards imposed by social media? Look at here. Most
They can
therapists
be
would agree that the pull of social media to want to try to live up
to
to
the
other
standards.
standards can be quite damaging to some teens, especially teenage girls. What do we understand there?
That people are being damaged by what they're seeing. They're comparing themselves with what they see.
And in what areas do you see yourself in the text? What are the standards proposed by social media?
Having money.
Perhaps. What else?
It could be
Physically, like,
also to have a
being
oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
maybe a clean face, like clear face, uh, este, skinny or pretty
Standards
hair,
of
something like
beauty,
that.
standards of
Yeah, beauty
beauties
standards.
that impose women to be skinny. What else?
also like clothes, like using pretty clothes or expensive clothes or like I don't know how to say it, like use expensive clothes to look like better. I don't know, like
That they need to present to the world according to the capitalist standards, yes, for people, and that can promote also inequity, yeah, because not everyone can achieve those standards. Yes.
I think
Now,
also having like este technology like uh technology that is really new, that is brand new, like having the iPhone 15 or like
mhm,
brand new
mhm,
technology also is
mhm,
another.
mhm. Very good. Now let's look at, but look what it says here, that that type of social media is causing damage to some teens, especially in the area of what? Of mental health, okay? Let's continue down further. Isael, please scroll down. According, I need another reader, someone that has not participated, please.
I can do it.
Thank you, Susana.
So, according to a recent Pew Research Center survey, YouTube is the most commonly used social media platform among teenagers, with 95% of people between 13 and 17 reporting that they have used it.
And what is that telling us, Susana? What is that telling us?
I think that like social media is very active within like that age range of like 13 and 17, like
Mm-hmm.
between the early teen years and the mid to late teen years.
And look, now it's going to give us some information first on TikTok, yes, then on Instagram, and then Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and other platforms. Thank you. Can you continue reading? Another person, please. Can another person continue reading? Quickly, quickly. Please. Abdiel? Abdiel? Angela?
TikTok comes in second with two-thirds of teenagers having used it, followed by Instagram with 62% and Snapchat with 59%.
Uh-huh. Do you use any of those?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Which one?
all of them.
Uh-huh. So then the article is also pertinent to your own
Experience
population
privacy.
and experience. Very good. Thank you, Abdiel. Another reader.
On the other hand, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, WhatsApp, Reddit, and Tumblr have seen a decline in use among teenagers in recent years.
So what is it being said, Samir?
What is being said is that Instagram and Snapchat are the most used apps by teenagers.
And look at the next sentence. Another reader. Thank you, Samir. Another one.
You're welcome.
The study also found that Black teenagers are more drawn to TikTok than other groups, with 81% reporting using it, compared to 71% of Hispanic teens and 72% of white teens.
So now they're asking us to be cognizant of the racial differences. Thank you. Another thing, that was Andrea, the person that, Angela, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Another reader, please.
Additionally,
Oh,
teenage
one
girls.
other, Jessica, and then the other one. Okay?
Okay. Additionally, teenage girls are more likely to use TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat than boys, while boys are more likely than girls to use Twitch, Reddit, and YouTube.
And can you identify with that information?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Thank you. So who was the person that was volunteering also with Jessica right after?
Me.
Who's me?
Leila.
Leila. Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, the study found that more than half of teenagers would find it hard to give up social media.
So then this paragraph is bringing us more evidence. This is supportive evidence that now we have with statistics. Okay, so we're going to also include it in the what? Remember that after reading, then we're also going to develop a summary. Okay, thank you, Leila. Isael, can you scroll down, please? Okay, hold on. Okay, another reader, please, that has not participated.
Hello?
Who's saying hello?
Jason.
Jason, go ahead.
While 36% of teenagers feel they spend too much time on social media, 55% believe they spend the right amount of time on platforms, but girls are more likely than boys to worry they spend too much time on social media.
Can you associate with that information?
What? Repeat the question.
Can you associate with the information that they are presenting?
I mean, yes.
In what sense?
Well, I mean, I feel like everyone would worry sometimes that they're using social media too much. It's kind of a little bit of a waste of time sometimes.
Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Another reader.
The study found that
Okay, but
social
hold
media.
on. Who's reading? I cannot see. Sasha, thank you.
The study found that social media has had a mostly positive impact on teenagers, with 32% reporting that they believe it has had a positive effect on them personally, and 24% saying they believe it has had a positive effect on other users their age.
So then here they're talking about a positive effect. So we're gonna see which one. Okay. Thank you, Sasha. Who's next? Quickly.
Me,
Mm-hmm.
Amelie. Teenagers
Okay.
tend to report positive experiences more often than they report negative experiences in the social media use.
Okay, so we're gonna see which are the positive experiences that they do report. Thank you, Amelie. Another reader, please.
I can read.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those positive experiences include feeling more connected to friends' lives, opportunities to show their creative side, feeling supported through tough times, and feeling more accepted.
And this is extremely important, Daniela, because this is information that the article is providing to us as the positive experience reported by the teenagers. Okay. Now we're gonna go kind of like towards the closing of the article. Isael, please scroll down. Okay, another reader. Thank you, Daniela. Another reader. Someone that has not participated. Claudia.
However, social media also has some negative effects on teenagers. 38% reported to Pew that what they see on social media makes them feel overwhelmed because of all the drama.
Mm-hmm.
31% sometimes feel like their friends are excluding them from things. And 29% feel pressure to post content that will draw lots of comments or likes.
Important. Yeah, this is important information. Another reader. Leila was the one that was reading. Who was reading? Amelie, ¿verdad? Hello.
Me.
No, Claudia, I'm sorry. Okay. Now, Isael, please scroll down. Isael. Uh-huh. Now we're going towards the conclusion. Okay. Another person, please.
Social media has become an essential part of teenagers' lives, and while it has benefits, it also has drawbacks.
Thank you. And another person, so we can continue reading. We can finish the article.
The research shows that teenagers need to be mindful of their social media use and maintain a balance between their digital and offline lives.
Mm-hmm. And then the last concluding sentence.
Me. Can you hear me?
Samuel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And okay, read the lesson. So, in doing so, they can ensure that social media does not have a negative impact on their mental health and well-being.
Uh-huh. So then let's go to the handout of the 5 Ws and an H. Okay, Isael, please stop presenting the text. Okay, and how do I go back to my to my to my slide? Okay. Okay, more. Okay, let me do just do the sharing. I need to share it again. Everyone trying to fill in the handout of the 5 Ws and an H. I'm trying to share the, I don't know why it took. Okay, let me go to the slide. Let me go to the slide. Let me, here. Remember, what is the title? Everyone write the title in the chat, or just one person, the title and the author. Let's just participate on the chat. Okay, Gabriel is saying on the chat, whose day, Gabriel? They are that social media is affecting the teenagers' mental health. Whose day, Gabriel, when I look at the chat? Gabriel Bonilla. Ulysses. Okay. Whose day? We're going to ask ourselves, who are we using when we use pronouns? Ulysses. Social networks drive young people to pretend and compare themselves to people on social media. That's also part of what it was says. That was sent 20 minutes ago, Gabriel. Yes, but I was also presenting the article. Okay, so I couldn't see the chat at the same time. But I was wondering, what were you referring as they? I was referring to the expectation. So then what happens? So so then you're gonna substitute the day. So you're gonna say expectations of young people using social, or to be careful of the grammar. Okay, so now we're gonna do the handout. So you're gonna do the headline of the article. Who can tell me what it is? What is the headline of the article? Write it on the chat, at least one person. When
Sorry,
was it
what is
published?
what does it say there? I can't see. I'm sorry. It's really blurry.
The headline of the article. Now we're filling out the 5 W's and the H. So what is the headline of the article? What teens are doing on social
What teens are
media.
doing on social media?
And when was it published? Look at the date. When was it published?
July 4th, 2023.
So then what's happening? It's a current article. Who wrote it? Dr.
Barden Goldsmith.
But then we're gonna do complete sentences. And what is the article communicating? I want everyone to submit that answer. What is the article communicating? We're gonna use the chat. Are we working on that? On writing it. Can you read it, Gabriel? Can you read your comment, please?
Yeah, sure. It's what teens use social media for, or what they do with social media.
But then what happens? Remember that I said in the class that show me, don't tell me. So what is the article showing you about the use of social media by teens? So rewrite that, edit yourself, okay? What is the argument? What is the argument? What is important for all of you? Oh my God, what did I do? For some reason, are you still looking at my okay, something. I need you to edit yourself. What is the article communicating?
The use of social media and how it affects teenagers.
Okay, so then what happens? Let's edit this. That social media has become, who's this? Who wrote that? Jessica, can you read it?
Yes, that social media has become an integral part of teens' lives and has good and bad things about it.
But more than, we're gonna move to be more eloquent. Positive or negative effects. And what are the negative effects of social media? What is the article concluding us, telling us? What is the article telling us in the conclusion? Paola.
That makes teen girls,
go ahead.
Go
ahead, Jessica, go ahead.
Compare themselves to high standards.
So then what happens? I want you to edit your own writing, okay?
Okay.
To convey the new knowledge, because we're going to develop knowledge from comprehending the essay. Paola, can you read yours?
Yes, that social media has become an integral part in communication for teens today and age, but that it also has negative impacts, especially on mental health.
Okay, and what important information about mental health the article is showing? Okay, it's asking me to reload the presentation. Then I have Sacha. Sacha, can you read? Sasha.
The article What Teens Are Doing on Social Media by Dr. Barden Goldsmith communicates how social media is an integral part of teenagers' life and can be positive, but also can have a negative impact on teenagers' mental health.
Okay, so let's look at the grammar. Very good. Remember titles, the first letter of every word needs to be in capital. Then what happens? One idea per sentence. We're not going to use the how, so we can say Dr. Barton Goldsmith communicates that social media is, and then here we need an A and an N. Yes, because we cannot have two vowels together. An integral part of teenagers' life, period. And then we can say it, yes, it can be positive, but also can have negative effects on teenagers' mental health. Okay, so then what happens if we reread what we wrote? We will be able to correct our own grammar. Andrea, read yours, please.
The
Andrea.
article what here the article What Teens Are Doing on Social Media by Dr. Barton Goldsmith communicates the important part of social media in students but also the risks in students having a negative impact on their mental health.
Uh-huh. Very good. What happens? Now we're going to move a little bit about identifying the supportive evidence. Yes, that we have different types of statistics and the surveys, but then we have a conclusion that is totally different from the introduction. What is being said in the conclusion that is totally different from the introduction? What is the article concluding? Who can tell me on the chat? Quickly. Uh-huh, Jordani. Okay, can you read it? Jordani. Jordani? Oh, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Jordani, can you read? Okay, I think he's having problems with the connection. The article What Teens Are Doing on Social Media by Dr. Barton Goldsmith communicates that social media have become an integral part of teens and its negative impact on them. But what is the article concluding? I want to know that you understand the conclusion. What is the article concluding? Very good, Jordani. We're almost finishing. What is the article concluding? No one. Let's look at the last sentence of the article. I'm helping you a little bit. What does the last sentence say? Samuel, Paola. Can you hear me? I think, Isael, can you make sure that they can hear?
Oh, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Uh-huh. What is the article concluding?
The article concludes that
Yes.
we teenagers should maintain a balance between digital life online and our lives offline for having like a good mental health and be be good in mental health and well-being.
And then how can you develop a balance? How can you develop a balance when you have the pressures of social media?
By don't spending too much time online, like control ourselves by using social medias, like putting like a stipulated time to be
To
online.
to restrict the time on social media. Thank you, Sacha. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else?
I also think to be mindful that like not everything on social media is like what really is, because I feel like a lot of people this misconception that like what they see on social media is just actually happening on real life, and it can be just an illusion or something fake.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like an illusion. Yes, that's very good, Susanna. We're gonna be like moving on. I would like you to, all of you, to finish the 5 Ws and an H. As you know, we have done in class also the guidelines for reading critically. Okay. Uh, and many of you do have this, but then I want to move to writing the summary. Right after we read, we need to write the summary. And in that opening sentence, we need to state the author's full name. Many of you did it already, the title of the essay, and the main idea. And many of you have accomplished also that. Now, if we continue using citing the author, we're always going to use the last name. And if we're going to quote the author directly, we're going to use also quotation marks. We are not going to use the exact words of the author unless you use quotation marks. And the summary must use your own wording and citations if needed. That we're always going to use present tense and active voice to describe and explain the author, what the author has written. So, for example, one of my favorite authors is Toni Morrison. Yes, but then once I repeat the last name, I say Morrison explains, Morrison discusses, Morrison concludes, even though Morrison has already passed away. Okay. And that I want you to edit your writing before always turning it in for evaluation. And I wanted to leave you with a book that is really instrumental for me by the intellectual bell hooks, feminist intellectual inspired on Pablo Freire and Henry Giro, and that guide us to teach critical thinking. I want to thank you for being in this class today and in this workshop, and I want to invite you to use the Center for Linguistic Competencies resources and visit the center. The center is really cool. It's in the MN on the second floor at the last hallway. Uh, I would like you to give me some feedback. Did you learn something from the workshop? Let me know, please. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Oh, no one is letting me know. Ah, they're so cute. Thank you. Okay. Look at Marla. Let me see. Can you read it, Marla? Ah, you guys are so sweet. The article, what teams are doing on social media. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Marla. Read it.